What's up, Romadachis? Happy Wednesday and hope you are all well. Today I want to talk about my cancer journey and what it was really like, because you always see it on like TV, but you never hear like what you actually experienced during it. So let's talk. And yes, I brought my notebook just to help keep me on track because I forget things a lot, but there's no problem with that, right? So real quick before we really start the video, I just want to give a quick introduction of myself. My name's Andy. I'm currently 23, and before all this, I was 16 at the time. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, I wanted to make this video just to be transparent, let you guys have a little lore on my Chemo Gains name, and yeah, have fun. And also, this isn't for any like pity at all. I just want to inform people on what it's actually like to experience cancer and like that whole journey, yada yada. But yeah, no need for pity. All right, so basically, yeah, when I was 16, going into my sophomore year of high school, I was very active, running track, lifting weights, eating super healthy, and I didn't really have like anything going on with me until I had like these pains, and then over a year it progressed, and fast forward, I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is a type of bone cancer. So the location of the diagnosis is in my right hip joint, and basically the tumor was like breaking the bone from the inside out by like eating through the bone marrow and all of that. So yeah, you can imagine it was pretty painful. I couldn't walk anymore. I had to start using crutches, and then even still, it was just like immense pain. So the initial reaction when I was diagnosed was mostly just like I was kind of like confused, because yeah, I was eating really good, super healthy. So I was like, "Yo, how'd this happen to me? Like, you must have gotten the wrong guy, doc." It was kind of shocking because there's not that many people in the family with cancer at all, let alone this specific one. So it was kind of just out of nowhere. And I was more so just confused about what the doctor had just told me, because all I could think about is, running and lifting weights, doing all those things. So I was like, wait, if I have cancer, bone cancer, like, when am I gonna be able to run again? Like that, I'm pretty sure that was my first question to the doctor. I was like, so when can I run? Cause I got my track season starting up, and yeah, I didn't really like understand truly what he had just said. This diagnosis also happened in the middle of like my birthday and Christmas time. So yeah, that was my little present. But anyways, the doctor, he was basically like, look, enjoy these last couple weeks of the year, and so as the new year starts, we're getting right into treatment. For the treatment, the layout was going to be 10 weeks chemo, surgery, and then 20 weeks chemo. And then the chemos used was methotrexate, deoxyrubicin, and cisplatin. So yeah, like the first day of treatment, I was kind of like shitting my pants in that uncomfortable hospital bed, because these people are like walking in with basically hazmat suits, holding that little toxin that they're gonna put in your freaking bloodstream. But yeah, I was just like asking a bunch of questions, a little nervous, but the nurses are there, they know what they're doing, and they kind of know how to calm me down. Also with the help of drugs. For my first round, it was the cisplatin chemotherapy, and that one was probably like the worst of the worst, because as soon as I got it, like after a couple hours actually, once I actually started feeling nauseous, uh, everything that I ate just kind of came out, and nothing would go down for like the next 2 days. Not even a bite of applesauce or a single almond, because I would throw that up too. So I was already like, shit, dude, like this chemo means business. It kind of kicked my butt. I lost like 15-ish pounds, and yeah, did not feel good. You will definitely not feel good on that one. But I had In-N-Out for my first meal after, I remember, and then I also had the other two coming up. So then after some recovering, I'm pretty sure it was like the following week where I started the other two, and the methotrexate and deoxyribicin would like take together. And that one wasn't too bad. I mean, it would make your ears ring, damaged my heart, all these other little things, but like nausea wise, I was able to keep everything down because I had some nausea meds, and then these weren't like as strong. But they kept me in the hospital for like 5 days at a time because of those, so that's the part that like really sucked. Now they would keep me for like 3 to 5 days at a time because basically with the deoxyribicin and methotrexate, there was a level you had to get to, like 0.01, to be discharged. And my specialist would be like, yo, you chilling, just go home. But the resident doctors would be like, nah, bro, you're not quite there yet, so we're gonna keep you another day. And dude, that shit pissed me off so much. I was just so salty because I'd be like homesick while in the hospital because newsflash, hospitals fucking suck. The food sucks, so we would do like DoorDash and all that. But like, it was in Los Angeles, so that shit was kind of expensive. And yeah, the beds aren't comfy, and you have to pee in a little bottle, or I did, because they had to check my fluids. During treatment, it's recommended to stay away from large crowds and going out too often because you're immunocompromised. So gaming kind of saved me most of the time because I could chill with my friends on the Discord, or play some. I think I was probably playing Smite and Team Fortress 2. But yeah, still had a lot of fun doing that. Now, since I did have school during my treatment, I still had the homework, so I do that sometimes at the hospital or home, depending when it's due, because yeah, I still had to complete all my classes. Most of the teachers were pretty chill about it though, like they understood I don't want to be doing homework at that time, and they made it real easy, but like I still had to do it. I did miss out on like the physical social events though, so like dude, it's like always when you're sick or something, there's like the most crazy stuff going on at school. So I just had people like texting me about it, and I was like, damn, dude, nothing happens while I'm like healthy in there. And then also I'm in the hospital and all the juicy stuff's going on. Like, bro, I was so jealous. So, anyways, I did like that type of cycle just over and over for the first 10 weeks. And after the first 10 weeks, I was like, this sucks, but I think I'm managing. But then it was time for the big surgery. And I already accepted the fact that, like, look, after this, I'm pretty sure I can never run again or any of those things. Like, it sucked, but I was just like happy I could keep my leg, because some people had that shit chopped off, man. And if I did get it chopped off, I think I could still run, but I think that kind of sucked too. So I'm just glad I can walk. Also, it's getting dark now, so I took off my ND filter, if you've noticed. Really quiet out today, lots of frogs out. So for the surgery, I basically just got a hip replacement, but it was only getting like half of the femur. It was like the joint and then half the femur. But it was made out of cobalt chrome. It looked cool in the x-ray, but dude, you had to start physical therapy the day after surgery, and that shit took me out, dude, because I almost passed out just due to the blood loss. And then they basically had to teach you how to walk again, because like in your mind you're like, oh man, I can walk, but then after the surgery you're like, yo, why does my leg not feel like my leg? And this was like pretty rough mentally, and of course very rough physically initially, because lo and behold, I could not move my leg like how I thought I was going to be able to. You had to like break through the scar tissue and relearn how to walk, which even now I still have a limp, because also the leg's slightly shorter, so there's less pressure on it. But that was definitely something I had to get used to for at least the first year, just like in how my leg feels, because it's hard to explain. It's like it's your leg, but it's not your leg. And so then after that, it was 20 more weeks of chemo and all those good things, and I got to ring the bell, which signals, boom, you finished your cancer treatment. Yeah. Now, of course, the fight doesn't actually end there because you're left with all the side effects and the outcome of the treatment for the rest of your life. So it's low-key traumatizing. Like, even now, years and years later, I can't like move my leg in certain ways that I want because of the prostheses. But other than that, it's like in really good condition for what it went through. So, I'm just glad I'm still standing and walking like I am right now. Now, some of the other outcomes from this treatment were like getting tough skin, not like literally, just like, something else happens. Oh, I stubbed my toe, or I got a really bad case of COVID. Like they suck, but I was like, man, at least it wasn't cancer again. So, yeah. So, one of the biggest impacts it actually had on me, though, was my perspective of life. That kind of just all changed after my treatment because, during treatment, you become so grateful for simple things like sleeping in your own bed, eating your own food or food from your parents. Just like all the small things mattered way more. And so slowly it made me change my perspective on a lot of things, such as like careers. Like people would be like, oh, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Or, where do you want to work and this and that. I'm thinking, work? I don't want to work. Excuse the voice crack, by the way. I mean, honestly, yeah, like I have to work, but not in the sense that they were talking where it's like, oh, you gotta work here until you retire, man. I'm like, no, I want to go travel and dilly dally and do those things. But again, I don't mean it so literally. It's just the order of my priorities changed with everything. And on the top of those priorities, it was being stress free, being happy, and just enjoying life day by day. Because I'm not gonna lie, even till this day, yeah, I don't know what I actually fully want in life. Like it's no specific thing. Just gotta go with the wind, dude. And for anyone watching, if you experience pediatric cancer, which especially sucks because those are your golden ages of socializing, and with treatment, usually you can't go out like you normally would. It's mostly just online. There's a few things I want to recommend to you. Be sure to prioritize 1, stress levels. 2, your eating. You gotta eat, bro. And then 3, make sure you're doing some type of activity just to kind of keep you going, moving, the muscles healthy. It'll kind of help everything else, like your symptoms and just quality of life. Just move around a little bit. And I know not everyone will be able to because of certain cancers and whatnot, but it doesn't have to just be like on your feet. Like if you could maybe interact with some video games, or do some curls sitting down, just something to keep you going, either here or with anywhere else of your body. And of course, never be afraid to reach out for some help. People are there that want to support you, help you out with whatever need, or if you just need someone to talk to, be sure to reach out to people if you're experiencing whether it be cancer treatment or anything else. There's no shame in it. I'm kind of starting to sweat because I've been walking up and down these hills while just chatting. I hope you guys don't hear that I'm like out of breath. That would be kind of embarrassing. It's also getting dark now, so I kind of need to finish up the yapping soon, but I'm almost there. I actually almost just got ran over by some prick right here, dude. Didn't even lower down his window to say like, oh, my bad, even though like he was like 2 feet away from me. Anyways, though, my big takeaway is to, live the life you want, because you never know when you can get cancer, which will severely throw you off the tracks, or when some random shit can happen, like that dude, not that dude, but another dude, almost running me over right now. But, just live, go wherever the wind takes you, and enjoy your life. It's that easy, but also that hard. So now, to enjoy the rest of the night, I'm probably just gonna game and chat with my friends. Simple as that. I will finish having this nice little walk though, because it's not too warm or cold right now. Go on night walks, guys. Trust me, they're freaking dope. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed this little yap sesh. I know it was a little more organized, but still kind of sloppy, but whatever. Have a great rest of your night, Bromodachis. And of course, do not forget to subscribe and like, comment, all those things. Boost my algo, bro. Have a good one.
Where are you gonna go now, muscle man?
I don't know. Wherever the wind takes me, I guess. Probably find a place to settle down. And get a burger with large side of onion rings. See you around, ladies.